You've got the crossover now. Well, it's been there for a while between sports and politics, right? And Chad, it's predictable, but you see where Caitlin Clark likes the post of Taylor Swift, who endorses Kamala Harris, and people have lost their minds. Some Caitlin Clark fans have since denounced Caitlin Clark for liking the post of Taylor Swift, who endorses Kamala Harris. And we've got Kevin on stage who posted this on social, just combining of people comments on Instagram, withdrawing their support for her because she liked Taylor Swift's post endorsing. Here's some of them. Just threw away my jersey.
I noticed you liked Taylor Swift's endorsement post of Kamala and Tampon Tim. I figured you were more based and aware. Bummer. Just play. Oh, this is like the shut up and dribble to LeBron, but on the opposite.
Just play
basketball and build your brand, a brand that the entire country can love. Stay out of politics. Your brand will suffer. You are young. Ask your close friends and family for advice. I'd love to ask Outstanding American on X if they take the same approach when people endorse Republican candidates.
Right.
If they go at them and say, hey, stay out of politics and worry about your damn brand. Just be someone that the entire country can get behind.
What about Cobra Built? Definitely should have stayed out of politics, Caitlin Clark. Loved watching you, but now I refuse after seeing your support. Taylor Swift and Kamala.
By the way, none of these people really want you to stay out of politics. They want you to not take the side of the politics they don't endorse. That's what they're telling you.
This is for liking a post.
I get tired of the people who are like, just stick to sports and stay out of politics. And no, you're mad that someone endorsed someone you don't like. Had Caitlin Clark endorsed Donald Trump, I seriously doubt Cobra Built would have any problem with it. Cobra Bill would say, finally, someone who stands for American values and what America needs to be. Thank you, Caitlin Clark, for being the hero that we all need.
Don't get sucked into politics.
Oh, gosh.
Taylor Swift is fully endorsing candidates that want to allow children to be surgically or chemically treated to change their bodies permanently without parental consent. Do your own research. I think she's a phenomenal entertainer and talent otherwise.
Hutton, this is one of those great crossover stories. Oh, we have more.
We lost another great baller.
It's like she died like James Earl Jones. One of the best I've seen as a woman. I only started watching because of her outstanding skills. This is a eulogy. But now she's involved in politics of the Democrats. I'm moving on to something else. Boy, those WNBA numbers just went way down. And then a woman responds and says, you're a female athlete.
Is it a woman? It says Doug on there.
It
says shared account.
It says Mish Doug.
Is that Michelle Doug or Michigan Doug?
I'm guessing Michelle.
Michelin, maybe.
It could be a man, having a female account. It could be a catfish account. You're a female athlete. Why would you support a party that are allowing men to play in women's sports? And finally, someone with an egg avatar says, you just couldn't keep your politics out of your sports. Not out of your sports. Out of sports. You have just lost millions of supporters. Trump 2024. I love how it ends with that. How dare you bring up politics? You've lost your supporters. Also, hashtag Trump 2024 from someone. This stuff is too funny. This is what I love about stories like this is it riles up everyone. Because then Christine Brennan asked Caitlin Clark a question about that of Taylor Swift's endorsement, Hutton.
Yeah, so liking the post. Here's Christine Brennan, trying to get Caitlin Clark on the record.
I'm sorry. Caitlin, you liked an Instagram post last night from Taylor Swift that got a lot of attention. And I'm just curious if you could tell us what that post meant to you and if you are, in fact, potentially going to endorse Kamala Harris. Thank you.
I think for myself is, I have this amazing platform, so I think the biggest thing would be just encourage people to register to vote. I think for myself, this is the second time I can vote in an election. At age 22, I could vote when I was 18. So I think do that. That's the biggest thing I can do with the platform that I have. And that's the same thing Taylor did. And I think continue to educate yourself with the candidates that we have, the policies that they're supporting. I think that's the biggest thing you can do. And that's what I would recommend to every single person that has that opportunity in our country.
Go Scott next.
There's Caitlin Clark not taking the bait from Christine Brennan. So this is over liking a post.
So now the left is mad about that, by the way. So let's put that part in too.
This is over liking a post.
I've seen a lot of people say, boy, you had a real chance to step up and do something right, and you didn't. You took the down the middle approach. So now both the left and right are mad at
How
Caitlin
dare
Clark.
you not take a stand? Do you realize how many men have scrolled a woman's profile, like on Instagram? You get like 3 scrolls deep, which is like a year ago, and you try to scroll, you accidentally like a post. Like, can you imagine?
I've heard that happens. Yes.
Yeah, but
I've heard of this happen.
And no one noticed. I'm saying like, but
what if she accidentally liked it?
Yes, you accidentally like it, and the girl realizes, oh, you like this post. That means you were scrolling my profile, right? Same thing. Like you could do this with anyone. Now she's acknowledging that she liked the post there, but the instant reaction, someone going through the likes of a player too, is the other thing that just kills me. Like, oh, you liked this post. You took down the name of the team that you're playing for.
Well, I don't think she accidentally liked it.
No, like, she's saying she's not. But I'm saying like
she's probably going to vote for Kamala Harris.
I'm saying it's over a like to a post.
Right, but so many things to dissect here. First, Christine Brennan asking, "Are you going to endorse Kamala Harris?" I take what I heard from Dave Portnoy on George Clooney with this. Individuals don't endorse. If you are just a civilian athlete or celebrity, you don't get to endorse a candidate. You tell people who you're going to vote for in the election. That's what you're doing. Police unions endorse. Teacher unions endorse somebody.
Yeah, politicians.
Organizations endorse. Other politicians can endorse. Taylor Swift doesn't get to endorse.
Unless you're Mitch Doug
a
one.
candidate. And I'm sorry, Christine Brennan, you should know better than that. You don't get to. Are you ready here today to endorse Kamala Harris for president of the United States? No, she didn't get to endorse. Now, if she wants to tell people who she's going to vote for, fine. She has the right to do that, as any American has the right to say how they're going to vote or who they're going to vote for. But the fact that we've got something now where both sides are angry at Caitlin Clark and some of the truth, honestly, about people who like Caitlin Clark and started watching the WNBA is starting to come out a little bit with this story. I love all of it. It exposes so much.
Yes, but like you could also say that Swifties are the union to Taylor Swift, who posts that she's endorsing Kamala Harris. Which then everyone's looking at that one post, right?
Caitlin Clark,
you're allowed to like you're allowed to follow or like someone that doesn't always say the things that you would personally endorse.
Oh, I've said this forever. If you want to be someone who says I'm not going to support or watch or listen to anything that anyone that has anything to do with the Democratic Party or left-wing politics has to do, then good luck finding entertainment. Because I feel like everyone that produces entertainment in America, 85% of them are left-leaning and probably going to vote for Kamala Harris. So then you're just going to ditch all of entertainment at that point if you're saying that. I've never understood that either, Hutton. There are plenty of people who entertain me who I'm sure completely disagree with me politically, but I find them funny or charismatic on screen or whatever it may be, and I'm going to continue to watch their movies, watch their television shows, listen to their podcast, whatever it may be, because I find them to be entertaining.
Chad, it's not hard to find...
It's okay to separate the two.
Mahomes on social media. You can find Brittany Mahomes there. Jackson Mahomes is certainly there. Hard to find Patrick Mahomes. Former President Donald Trump insinuated that he was hanging with Mahomes, the Mahomes family. This was on Fox and Friends, I believe. And so Patrick Mahomes is asked about that. This is the flip side of it. Mm-hmm. We've got Caitlin Clark asked about Kamala Harris. Patrick Mahomes is asked about Donald Trump.
Former President Trump referenced you and your family again today on Fox News in relation to his campaign. I just wonder what your reaction is to seeing that.
Yeah, I think I've always said I don't want my place and my platform to be used to endorse a candidate or do whatever. Either way, I think my place is to inform people to get registered to vote. It's to inform people to do their own research and then make their best decision for them and their family. And so I think that's every time I'm on this stage and I get asked these questions, I'm going to refer back to that because I think that's what makes America so great.
I think it was important, though. I don't know if important is the right word, but when you were at the U.S. Open this past weekend and you guys were there with Taylor and Travis, I mean, is that an important image to show that, people who may have different philosophies can...
Yeah, I mean, I think I've always, even dating back, I think if you've seen my history, I've grown up with people from every aspect of life and every background. And I think the best thing about a football locker room and kind of how I've grown up in baseball locker rooms, everything about that is people can come together and achieve something and achieve a common goal. And I think if we can, I mean, we talked about it a while back, but I think if we can do that as a nation, I think we can get the best out of each other. And so I think that's something that I do every single day. And whenever I'm hanging out with whoever, I'm not thinking about their political views or anything like that. I'm thinking about the people and how they treat other people. And I was with a lot of great people this weekend.
Have you ever thought specifically about the idea of President Trump bringing up Brittany's name? Does that affect you one way or another?
No, I mean, I think at the end of the day, it's about me and my family and how we treat other people. And I think you see is that Brittany does a lot in the community. I do a lot in the community to help bring people up and give people other opportunities to use their voice. And so it's in the political times, people are going to use stuff here and there, but I can't let that affect how I go about my business every single day and live my life and try to live it to the best of my ability.
Good for Patrick Mahomes. This is the old school approach. Something we don't see enough. Michael Jordan's approach.
Michael Jordan approves. Michael
Republicans
Jordan, the
buy
player,
sneakers
approves
too.
that message. Absolutely. I think very smart. And Hutton, I think it's two people that if I had to guess, I don't know this, I think it's two people that are voting differently in the upcoming election, in Caitlin Clark and Patrick Mahomes, that both essentially said the same thing when asked about it. It's not my job to endorse a candidate. I don't believe in doing that. Everyone should go register to vote and make up their own mind. Boom. That's essentially what Patrick Mahomes and Caitlin Clark said. I'm good with that. I'm all for it. And by the way, because Caitlin Clark liked a Britney Spears post about endorsing Kamala Harris.
Taylor Swift.
Sorry. Britney Spears, where does she fall in this? Is she a Trump supporter?
Christine Brandon wants to know.
We'll get to that later. We'll speculate on
Christine Brandon will find out
on where Britney Spears is going to vote. Where's Charlie XCX? How is she going to cast her vote this go around? I don't think any differently of Caitlin Clark as a player. I don't.
No.
I still love watching her play. So for the idiots that are now like, that's it, you're canceled, I'm out. No more WNBA support from me. The only reason I tuned in was for Caitlin Clark, and now I'm out because you liked an Instagram post of Britney Spears, Taylor Swift, which, by the way, Britney Spears is my Taylor Swift, everyone, of my age. She might like a lot of different posts of Taylor Swift. A lot of women her age are gigantic Taylor Swift fans. I've seen her in a video before lip syncing a Taylor Swift song.
How will Fiona Apple vote?
She probably is a Swiftie. So
Christina
she may, to your point, Hutton, just like every single thing she posts.
Well, maybe.
And not even think twice about it. It's just,
You've got Brittany Mahomes facing a ton of hate, social media backlash as well for her, liking Donald Trump.
It's also the circular.
Taylor Swift won't even be seen in the same box with her now.
Hutton, the circular argument and the constant motion of division in our country. Here's an example. So many people that would endorse Kamala Harris are saying, I'm endorsing, I believe that Taylor Swift said something sort of like this. I'm endorsing Kamala Harris because there's so much division in this country, and Kamala Harris will bring people together and unite people. And then the moment that happens and you do that, it divides people. Just by saying who you're going to vote for, that in some way now has divided everyone, and now you're divisive for admitting that. So it's just this constant circle we live in of people either being offended by who you're going to vote for, or this is the person that'll bring people together, or no, I don't care about that. I just want the best leader, to let's just like the athlete for how they make us feel when they perform at their sport. That's what I keep coming back to. Caitlin Clark's a hell of a talent, and I love watching her play the game of basketball. Patrick Mahomes, the same thing. Patrick Mahomes, I'm willing to bet, is probably going to vote for Donald Trump. That probably pisses off a lot of people who cover the NFL. I don't care. I don't care one bit about it. If he said that he was going to vote for Kamala Harris, that would surprise me. But I also wouldn't sit there and say, you know what, I'm going to stop watching Patrick. I just can't look at the Kansas City Chiefs the same way. I don't want them to three-peat now because of this. But I guarantee you, there are a ton of people rooting against the Chiefs or not wanting to watch them because they hate Travis Kelce. Because of Travis Kelce's relationship with Pfizer and his relationship with Taylor Swift. And I just think that's kind of crazy. When we're talking about it from a sports perspective.
I haven't heard everyone who hated the Kelce connection there. I haven't heard anyone bring up Pfizer in so long. Have you?
Well, remember,
With
he
Kelce.
did all those ads.
I know.
Yeah.
But So what you're saying is,
I don't care.
real-
The dude took a check.
Well, yeah.
You know who else is taking checks from Pfizer? Every elected official in America. So get over it. I mean, we're run by pharmaceutical companies, whether you like it or not. Both Republican and Democrat, by the way.
Boycott the
taking
NFL.
money
They just
from
had
pharmaceutical
21
companies.
million on average watch their games this weekend, up 12%. Chad, you even have those that are paid to give their honest opinion, sometimes crazy opinion, admitting that they wouldn't even give their honest opinion on Caitlin Clark in a world where you just mention the woman's name and you get eyeballs and clicks on any media discussion that you're having. Skip Bayless, earlier today on the Skip Bayless show, explained why he was reluctant to praise Caitlin Clark.
So here came this white girl from Iowa. And I started watching the WNBA much more closely than I ever had. And I started to think deep down in my psyche, wait a second, she's really good. But I'll be the first to admit, I felt guilty saying so on TV or on social media. I did not want to look like this red state white guy cheering for this red state white girl. Our country feels split enough racially already. I didn't want to pour gasoline on that fire. Maybe I was wrong about this, but Caitlin Clark started to feel like, to me, some sort of new right-wing symbol. White woman dominating the game, dominated by black men and women for years and years. I could almost hear some people thinking, white power, baby. And please, I'm not saying Caitlin Clark is far right in her politics or beliefs. I have no idea what her politics or religion are because she has carefully, and I say smartly, avoided taking any rookie year stands because she's already such a lightning rod.
There's Skip Bayless, who's sitting across from, at the time, Shannon Sharp or Lil Wayne or whoever else is on the show at the time. I was watching one day where he's like, I watched every minute of every game this season of Caitlin Clark. And he gave his honest opinion, I thought, on her. How could you deny how great she is? That's the other thing. You feel guilty about it. Even those who were trying to praise anyone else but Caitlin Clark on ESPN, even had to say, yeah, she's really good, but I respect everything she's brought to the league, but
I just, and this is the constant debate with Caitlin Clark, I think, and this is a problem that not just Skip Bayless has, but Monica McNutt has had, others that have spoken out. Elle Duncan have kind of spoken out about this. And now I've even seen some TED Talks and stuff they're doing where they've talked about it and they're asked. And the main thing is they say, we like Caitlin Clark now. We just felt like we needed to present another side because of Caitlin Clark. Some of her fans, they believe represents this, as Skip Bayless said, this white power, white supremacy movement in America, far right, extremist, that they latched on to Caitlin Clark and used her as a weapon in the culture war. So much of what people in our business do oftentimes is they fear saying something because they fear that a certain group of people might like it too much. Or they fear the opposite. If I say this, it's going to go against the people that I want to like me. They want to be in the cool kids club. They want to be respected in the circles they want to be respected in. So what Skip Bayless is saying, I appreciate the honesty from Skip, honestly, because I think that he is conveying something that a lot of media members feel. And that is, if I like this person or if I speak glowingly about them, because I've seen on social media that I think a lot of red state white people, as Skip Bayless said, like this person, then I'm going to be lumped in with them, and I don't want that. I don't want to be in that group. I want to be in this group. Instead of just giving their honest opinion, which is what Skip Bayless should have done from the beginning. And let the chips fall where they may, and not worry as much about what people think about his opinion.
Yeah. Monica McNutt now likes, she's all in on Caitlin Clark because she liked the Instagram post from Taylor Swift.
She's back. She's back in. I'm back, baby.
She's now listening to Bad Blood.
I'm back, baby. Yeah.
On a loop, and then you have, was it Mish? Who was the guy or the woman? We're not sure on social that was saying, I'm
Mish Doug.
Mish Doug 1. Mish Doug 1's now listening to 6 foot, 7 foot from Lil Wayne because he was pardoned by Donald Trump.
So many people are now like, I got to check out this Caitlin Clark. Do you think the WNBA numbers are going to go up or down now based on that?
There he is. Mish Doug 13. Yeah, he's now listening to Lil Wayne on the loop.
Well, guys, we adopted the WNBA with Caitlin Clark when we thought she was going to vote for Donald Trump. But now that she likes Taylor Swift and Kamala, as someone put on social, that I'm out. Those numbers are going to tank now that she liked the one Instagram post. If you like Caitlin Clark, like Caitlin Clark. I'd say that to you if you're white, black, red, blue. I don't care what nationality. If you like watching her play the game and like the product of the WNBA, then experience it and watch it. And let the haters be damned. Who cares? Same to Skip Bayless. If you love Caitlin Clark and you want to defend Caitlin Clark against people who are attacking her, then do it. And don't worry about people saying, oh, well, now this is just another white guy from a red state. Or who cares? Just give your honest opinion. Be original. Be authentic. And let everything else go away. That's the lesson here.